Real estate isn't all about finding the right deal in the right submarket, folks. Today, we're going to talk about how to get the right team in place, because ultimately real estate is a team sport and you need the right team members to be successful.
Welcome back, everybody, to Monday Mondays, where we create content every week to share from our mistakes, our learnings, and help you become a better operator. And we're better to learn from us. We've done over $800 million of acquisitions. We have our own management company, continuing to build and grow within this industry, and we're here to share our knowledge with you.
So what you're going to find out on these big commercial real estate syndications is there's way too much to do on your own. Yes, you might be able to underwrite the deal. Maybe you're even good at raising money. But what you don't realize is until you actually start the process that there's 1,000 other roles and things that you have to do to be successful, right? And that's why it's so important to have the right team members, because not only are they going to allow you to or help you close, they're also going to help you be successful in implementing your business plan.
So with that said, right, let's talk about the team. So you have a couple of different teams, so to speak. First, you have the transaction team. We've talked about that plenty of times before, and that's really your attorneys, your insurance broker, your mortgage broker, lender, right? All of that goes into closing the transaction, which is obviously step one of a syndication. But really outside of that, right, let's talk about the syndication business and what that looks like. And what does syndication do at its core? Finding deals, finding money. So your team is really all the resources it takes to help do those things. That may include marketing, such as helping create content like we're doing right now, right? Helping you build your brand, helping you build your following. The other side of that as well is, now let's talk about acquisitions, right? That's really bringing in an analyst, bringing in brokers, bringing in someone to help field and facilitate those conversations with those brokers and kind of helping make sure you are first in line to look at those deals. Now, finding deals, finding money. Obviously, to do that, you have to be able to support those, right? So let's talk about now what happens with after you find a deal, right? What's the next thing you got to queue up?
So you've got a lot of different roles that you can fill, right? I think, ultimately you found the deal. Now you're going to need to find the money, which is one of the other big parts of this process, right? So having a good investor relations team, or at least person that can push out an investor deck and can answer investor questions, can vet investors, and ultimately work them through the investment process, right? It's a little bit of a process. There's paperwork. You got to do wire transfers. You want to keep up with all that stuff. So having a good investor relations team is important. I'd say even throughout the transaction, though, you're going to have multiple team members,
right? To support them, do K1s. Today, we had an investor just today ask for K1s, right? Someone has to support that. You are in a customer service business, so to speak. Your investors are your customer in that scenario. Now, with that said, managing and kind of supporting the investors is one piece, but you got to also manage the asset. And that's where next up is your asset manager. That's another team member, another part of the business. That's the person who is managing essentially the business plan that you've put together. Where are you at? Where were you? And how are you going? And where are you going to get there? So outside of buying the deal, right, you have to actually be able to manage the deal. And so that's where asset manager is really an important team member. It's actually one of the first hires that we made as a company, right? Someone whose job it is sit there and review the business plan, implement the business plan, understand where the deal was, where it is, and where it's going, and what it's going to take to get right. And so that's really the next up piece of the team that is really crucial. And if you kind of underperform here, it'll really impact the rest of your business.
So some of the things that are going to be that are going to allow you to be successful, right? We talked about asset management, and that's more of an operational thing, right? But who are the boots on the ground? It's the property management company, right? Those are the folks that are collecting the rents, they're doing the work orders, they're doing the evictions if you need to, right? And so it's important to have a good team member on that. And whether you ultimately decide to create your own property management company like we did in the future, or you decide to work with a third party, it's so invaluable to have the right team and make sure that they're aligned with your business plan and your pro forma and your projections as to what you need to be or where you need to be and when. Right? That's important, right? But a lot of these properties that you're buying too are also going to need CapEx. And CapEx, for those that don't know what that word is just capital expenditures, truncated. But what does that mean? That means that you're putting money into the asset, you're improving it, you're improving the units, right? You're doing unit upgrades and renovations. You're maybe adding amenities, right? You're curing deferred maintenance. Maybe the roofs need to be replaced. It's all things construction, right? And again, maybe you decide that I want to do that in-house, or I have construction background so I can run crews. That's totally fine. But just knowing that that's an invaluable part of the process. Ultimately having that good general contractor or that good construction person is going to be key to your success whenever you're doing a value add property.
And that's it, folks. That's really the core of the team. That is really all the pieces you need to start to build and understand to have a syndication business, right? Now, besides that, there's a couple of other trades that you work with yearly, right? Think about your tax consultants. It might be your insurance broker, a couple of other people that you might have, used at the transaction, but you're using them continuously. But really, that's the team, right? those are the people that allow you to kind of work through your business and get success. And so these are the people, whenever you're out there networking, these are the people you're looking to meet, because maybe they're not people that you're going to be able to hire, but they're someone you're going to partner with, right? Again, this is a team sport. You get these deals done as a team, and you're constantly looking for people that are complementary to your skill set. And so really get out there, go figure out, kind of your strengths and weaknesses, and go find people to help you succeed.
So whether you're just going out and buying your first property or you're on your 10th property, right? In order to be successful in this business, you need to have that team culture. You need to have those visions. You need to have those goals. You need to have those core values, right? Think of this as a real business, folks. Yes, our business is to buy businesses, which just happen to be in the form of apartments, but we run a real team, right? And so why is that important? Because not only do you want to recruit good talent, you want to retain good talent, right? And those folks need guidance. They need goals to hit. They want values to live by, right? And so think about that and really build your business around, what are our core values? What am I trying to do? What's my why out here? And explain that to each team member that's going to come on board, because if they buy into that, they'll go to the moon and back for you, right? But if you get somebody in there and they don't share your core values, or they don't care about the goals and they're all in it for themselves, then ultimately your business is not going to be successful, because they're going to try to sabotage it, right? So I think that's an important aspect of running a company.
Culture is one of the most important things you can do and invest time in, right? It's one of the things that often gets ignored because you're so busy running. But again, if you can start to shift from doing everything yourself to instead enabling others, you will have tremendous more success. That's how you start to scale. And so again, that's why I like to say we're a tech company that does real estate. We're not a real estate company, right? We're trying not to kind of get that older mentality, that, old school type of style. Instead, hey, we're a lot more modern. We make it fun. We do different team events, and we want to get to know our team so we can all kind of live, learn, and grow together.
Absolutely. We hope that this video gave you some clarity on, which team members that you might want to hire to build that syndication business, and, how you're able to kind of scale out an actual company. So please like or share this video with everybody. We love to, get the feedback. If there's any topics that you would like to hear from us, please drop that in the comments, and we'll see you next time on Money Mondays.